Now, one of the last formations I'm going to take a look at is going to be this weak formation, which essentially is going to be two tight ends. I've got a tight end in my fullback position. What I like about this is a good red zone formation or maybe a fourth down situation. And the reason I like that is that this allows you to basically do a fullback dive, which is just something that's really, really cool. And we can build off of that with the other passing concepts. So I swapped out the basically quick pass with stick. I got halfback zone in here. I have mesh. I also have play action, boot slide. Didn't really change that out too much. One thing I probably would do is I want to make sure that I can access this fullback power. So we're going to go ahead and do that. If I'm picking a play, I'm probably going to go start with maybe the halfback zone and just kind of go from there. Now halfback zone's pretty good. You're going to have some pretty good blocking with that. But really why I do this is I do this for this fullback play. So fullback dive. What I like to do, and this I've been doing this for years, I take the running back and I go ahead and motion him out. I want to go ahead and take away a threat of a run because most people don't see fullbacks run. And then I've got myself this running lane with the fullback. So it's one of those things that you want to have quick access to this type of stuff. You can go ahead and do the running play. This is, wow, that was a really good block or hold seal block right there. But I want to have this fullback dive is going to be my main thing. Now you could take a look at the alignment right now. I've got basically a nose tackle. I've got basically a guard over a guard. Basically this is an 8-man front. You've got people in here. This is not going to be a front that is going to be basically good for a fullback dive. So you might want to check out of this, but let's just kind of show you that even in a bad front like this, you can still pick up some pretty good yards. Not even. So this is something you check out of. So if you got basically these guys completely covered up, you probably want to get out of it. Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Motion this guy out. And you can see you get yourself some pretty cheap yards against your opponent. So how do you build off of that? Well, I love this play stick. This is a really, really good play that you can use. And what I want to do is I want to go ahead and streak up my wide receiver here, which would be my running back. And I can go ahead and run this play basically two different ways. If I wanted to, I can go ahead and give myself the same concept I did before with like a deuce close spacing. Or if I get the one-on-one, you can go ahead and attack your opponent that way. Problem is that you're in a box right there underneath, and you can get yourself in some trouble. I'm gonna motion this guy out. Got a streak going on. I do the streak because I want to go ahead and clear that out, and actually go ahead and see if I can go ahead and hit this route on the backside. So I'm pushing that defensive area. I'm clearing it out with the streak. So we're going to go ahead and send this guy out. And then you have these little check downs, little spot routes right here that you would go with against your opponent. So this is what I love about this particular play. Let's set this up once again. If you wanted to, you can go ahead and do maybe a deep over. Let's see if that's not. I don't like the depth on that. What about a deep post? You got a deep post right there. And you just kind of take a look at that. So let's take a look at stick once again. We're going to go ahead and streak this guy up. Single high safety. And we're going to watch leverage. This guy's, quick out. You got to watch that, and you have a guy who can jump out of that, actually catch you. But I've got outside leverage against that guy. So it's just kind of working that. But what's cool about this play is that you've also got a flat route and a curl route on the backside. So you're just really attacking your opponent vertically with this concept. They're going to have a hard time defending this type of stuff just because they have to go ahead and defend the hitch routes, the flat routes. Just really hard to attack the horizontalness of this and just stretching your opponent out and just making their user completely out of the thing. Now here's a play right here. I think with this I'd probably want to go with a streak once again. I want to clear out that zone. And really what it is I've got myself a mesh concept that I can use against my opponent. to just keep him guessing. So, you know, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and take this and maybe do a deep crosser, or let's see here, short cross. Let's see here, post. There you go, deep crosser like so. You do a quick out. I find outs are a lot better this year. I think they just cut a lot better, and they get the defenders out of position. I've left this route combination as is. It's like so. If you wanted to, you can go ahead and do a wheel on the back side. Also, another concept too that I like to do is like an arches concept. So you put this guy in a Texas, motion, streak, and basically you've got more coming over the middle of the field, and you've got that angle route on the back side of it. Another thing you can do too is you can go ahead and take your running back and put him into different positions too. Now, I don't really think I'm going to do anything else with this. This is just like, you know, a nice little play right here. So we got a little slide play right here. Yeah, that just takes too long. Blocking doesn't work. Probably would jump into another play, but I want to kind of show you. Really, for me, when it comes to running this formation, is having access to that fullback dive. It's nice to have that in your back pocket in certain situations where you can go ahead and get some cheap yards, where you can get, you know, basically that a fullback dive. There was years ago that Madden were so like a fullback dive was just a part of most people's schemes, and it could be very, very deadly and annoying to stop. You obviously could slide your guy over, give yourself a little bit more blocking, but just want to kind of show that to you. So let me go ahead and show you some other defensive stuff.